Right. Children, today we are going to talk about your first science lesson in grade 10. The name of the lesson is Chemical Basis of Life. Right. In this lesson, we are talking about how a body is made up of with different elements and different compounds. That means different chemicals. Right. That's why the name given has chemical basis of life. Right. When we think about elements, we can find about 92 elements around us, around our nature. Right, more than 92 elements we have found, but around nature we can find around 92 elements. From them, from those 292 elements, we can find 25 elements in a living body. That means in our living body, you can find 25 elements. Right? Of these 25 elements, the most abundant element is oxygen. You can find 65% oxygen in a living body. Right. Next most abundant element is carbon. You can find carbon percentage is in our body is 18%. The next most abundant element is hydrogen. You can find 10% hydrogen in a living body. The next element is nitrogen. We can find 3% nitrogen in a living body. Right. So I told that there are 25 elements, but I recommended you now only 4. Then what about the other 21? You can find all those 21 within 4 percentages, within 4 percentage in a body, right? That means they are very trace amounts, right? So when we talk about elements, right, you should remember that by combining elements, right, we can have compounds, right? You know that there are differences in elements and compounds. Think about oxygen. Oxygen is a gas. We respirate oxygen, right? Hydrogen is also a gas, right? Hydrogen is very combustible gas. It can blast. We use it as rocket fuel. So hydrogen is a very powerful gas. But when we think about water, water is very calm, right? We drink it. Water is a liquid, not a gas. It can become a gas, but in room temperature, it is a liquid, right? Not like oxygen and hydrogen. So what is a compound made up of those two elements? That means you should be able to understand that there are differences in elements and compounds. Right? Like that, our body also made up of compounds made up of different elements. Those compounds can be divided into two groups. One is organic. Organic means they can find what? Carbon. Carbon. If carbon is present, it is organic compound. If there is no carbon, we consider it as inorganic compound. But you should remember that there are some compounds with carbon, but include in inorganic section, right? So as an example, CO3 2 minus, that means carbonate. Carbonate and HCO3 minus, bicarbonate, carbon dioxide, and carbon monoxide. These are compound with carbon. You can see here. Carbon is present, but we consider them as what? Inorganic compound, right? So, more than this, you know that there are water in our body. Water is what? Inorganic compound because you can find only hydrogen and oxygen there. Then gases, oxygen, O2 gases, and minerals in our body, they also what? Inorganic compounds. When we think about organic compounds in our body, right? When you think about organic compounds in our body, we can find 4 main organic compounds: carbohydrate, protein, lipids, and nucleic acids. Those 4 are the main 4 type of organic compounds in a living body, we call them as biomolecules. Other than biomolecules, we can find here vitamins. Vitamins are also organic compounds you can find in a living body. So I think that you have now idea about this part, what are elements in our body and what are compounds in our body, how we classify them, right?